And let's gather around tonight. Pop culture talk to life. Come and be shining bright. Podcasts under moonlight. HollingsWorthles Program. Feel the bass bam bam. The laughs of culture we jam. Every Tuesday we slam. HollingsWorthles Program. Feel the bass bam bam. The laughs of culture we jam. Every Tuesday we slam. HollingsWorthles Program. HollingsWorthles Program. HollingsWorthles Program. HollingsWorthles Program. Every Tuesday we slam. Every Tuesday we slam. Carlos knows the groove well. Tyler got a story to tell. Can't make it all hearts well. Each joke cast a spell. Funny tales and good vibes all across the airwaves. Friendship never subsides. In this dance we behave. Pop culture we dissect. Funny moments we detect. Every laugh we direct. Best times we can't neglect. HollingsWorthles Program. Feel the bass bam bam. The laughs of culture we jam. Every Tuesday we slam. HollingsWorthles Program. Feel the bass bam bam. The laughs of culture we jam. Every Tuesday we slam. HollingsWorthles Program. HollingsWorthles Program. HollingsWorthles Program. HollingsWorthles Program. Every Tuesday we slam. Every Tuesday we slam. Every Tuesday we slam. Carlos knows the groove well. Tyler got a story to tell. Can't make it all hearts well. Each joke cast a spell. Funny tales and good vibes all across the airwaves. Friendship never subsides. In this dance we behave. Carlos loves that we hit. Carlos loves Sonia. Jay with jokes, no fear. Every Tuesday we cheer. Elder knows the groove well. Tyler got a story to tell. Jay making all hearts well. Each joke cast a spell. Oh. Funny tales and good vibes all across the airwaves. Friendship never subsides. In this dance we behave. Pop culture we dissect. Funny moments we detect. Every laugh.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthles Program. I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, and I was tired of that long-ass fucking intro. And as usual, I have with me the Hooligoons, the Goon Squad, usual suspects, three of a kind, Trips, three men, no baby. Shout out to Baby Miles. The Three Musketeers, just the three of us. Three's Company, no Mr. Furley, starting with the host of the most part-time famous, full-time funny, Carlos Anthony.
We are in the building. What's happening, fellas?
Yes, and coming in hot from the atmosphere, we have... He took the D out of DEI. He's Dwight. We call him the one box checker. Murderer. They say he's now very cancelable. Murderer. Hey, I'm not racist. Tyler, don't call me Joseph Smith.
What up?
What's up, buddy? Well, before we get to anything, let's talk about your Christmas, your Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, bro. Very stressful. 420, always fun.
Oh. What do you
Had
think
a
it
big
was?
theater tour this weekend. Did 2 shows on Saturday, one on Friday, or 2 shows on Sunday, one on Saturday, one on Friday. All great, man. We did Chalet Theater in Enumclaw on Friday. A lot of fun there. Pretty rowdy crowd. Andrew Rivers was on the show, and he, fresh from his dad's funeral, so he was a real pleasure to kick it with.
Well, he came from the funeral to the show.
No,
Uh-oh.
but his dad did die within the last month, I think.
No, I know that. Yeah. He really didn't want to see his set.
Yeah. Got him. Then try to give his son some material.
Oh man. Keep going though. Sorry.
So that was whatever. And then the next day we're in North Bend, way rowdier show. Freaking cat calling the female comic. The audience was just awful. And then but it's whatever. Everybody was just really drunk. People had their feet on the stage type of thing.
But Carlos and I both immediately just motherfucker.
Nobody likes that. And then capped it off with a Saturday show in Tacoma and Everett. And I had a friend from college stop by, and he gave me this thing. Look at that. It's a dope bong, bro.
That's nice.
It's like a silicone topper that you can put on any mason jar. And he brought
it again. I blew up your screen so you can see it better.
Boom.
The dope
Check
show.
it out. Isn't that cool? It says tickets and more, dopeshow.com.
That's dope.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we were talking about a production deal, seeing how many, what we can do for like making merch for the show. But I had a bigger one. He gave me 2 of them. He gave me a really big one and this one. I kept this one because I had 2 colors. I thought it was cool. But then I just auctioned off the other one on stage, which was pretty fun.
Oh shit!
Got $100. It's pretty stoked. Take it.
That guy was like, cool. Glad the gift I just gave you auctioned off.
No, I told him, I'm like, I don't know how much I could sell these for, but we'll try and auction off and we'll take it for, we'll sell it at whatever it like slows down at,
Yeah.
So like the bidding kind of slowed down around $60-$70. So we're thinking maybe like around there.
All right.
But it was kind of fun. Like staff was bidding on it, which I thought was really funny. Like one of the servers just like stops and goes, I'll buy it for 70. Or like, you guys can't let a server spend all his tips at the show. Some baller's got to be here. And this guy, he finally bought it. And then he when I gave him, I like found him in the audience, make sure he fucking paid before he left. And he just grabs my arm and he goes, I'm so high on mushrooms right now. And I'm like, you still have to pay.
He's like, what did I buy?
120. It's 120
no
now.
getting out of this.
So out of all the shows, what would you say was that you were happiest with or your favorite? And what was the one that was that had the most difficulties? We'll say it very politically correct.
I'd say Chalet had the hardest time getting people out, to be honest. I had to cut a deal with some people to try and get some people out there, and it was meh. Not a big weed town.
Will you go there again or not?
Yeah, we probably will. I'm a fucking
probably won't.
Probably will. I mean, like, barely profitable, had a rough time. Yeah, I'll do it again.
This is hilarious.
But Tacoma was great. It was kind of a bummer because we got bumped from the big club because Adam Ray decided to come into town and do a show.
That's right.
So, my show got bumped to the smaller club, which was fine because then it sold out pretty early. But like Adam cooked. He gave me a sweet deal, so it's like no, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I was bummed I wanted to go see Adam and fucking the other Adam and see the show, but I was busy. So I would say like I don't know, most difficulty and was probably Chalet, and then most fun was definitely Tacoma.
Dope. And Carlos, he was in lovely Laughlin, Nevada this weekend.
Ooh.
Oh, it was great. So I had a great time actually. But you know, been down there. I think that was my 4th time going down, and it's always older. It's getting around summertime now, so you may get a few younger, and I say younger, I mean like 55. But like no 40s, maybe early 30s, 40s. But it was overall it was a good weekend. But I will say this: if you have never performed in Laughlin, you just have to know what you're dealing with.
And why do you say that, Carlos?
I'm not going to throw that dude. And he wasn't. The headliner was not bad. Let me make sure I give that disclaimer. He was not bad at all. However, if you don't know that Laughlin audience, it's a bit of a. It can seem like it can appear like a struggle. So they just was kind of like, hey, they just kind of like, yeah, we're here. I didn't stick around for the late show Sunday. After I got done, I bounced. But it seemed like it was more the same at the end. It was that people were kind of like, hey, we'll sit back and kind of chill out now.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I was in Philly Friday. And then I had Saturday off, and I did all the touristy shit you can do in Philly. Well, not everything, but obviously. But I went to like the Pat's cheesesteak place, which is the place that invented the Philly cheesesteak, the originator. And across the street, literally across the street, is Gino's, which people go. You know about all these?
Yep.
Yeah. And I guess people go back and forth on which one's better, but I was like, fuck that. I want to go to the originator. We go to the OG. And then
so you didn't try Gino's at all?
Man, I can't eat. I had to split the one sandwich I had with my buddy Bronson. Shout out to Bronson Jones, comic buddy of mine that I knew from LA, and he's moved back to Philadelphia area, and it was great. Like we went to I forget the name of the street, but there's a street in Philadelphia that's kind of like their, what did he call it? It's like their Melrose, and it's just got all these shops. We went into the marijuana museum, which was interesting. They had the original Adidas hemp shoes that like the Clintons or Bill Clinton wanted to get them banned because he literally said people might smoke them.
What?
Yeah. You're getting a little smoke in your helmet there, buddy. Also in the weed museum, they had Reefer Madness, and they had what's her name? Mary Brownie or Brownie Mary. She was a lady in San Francisco that made like weed brownies for people that had AIDS and HIV to help them. It was pretty cool, the little marijuana thing. And then we went to the Philadelphia Museum, the Rocky Steps, did that. Had to do it, you know. So
I'm glad you had a tour guide. I'm glad you had a tour guide to show you all the places that, you know, you probably wouldn't have known anyway.
Well, we just read the shit that was on the things, you know. He took me to the Philly place, like I took you to Capo's, you know. But and then
next time you go back, you got to get both. You got to get half of Pat's and then half of Gino's.
Well, they don't do halves. They only just do the full sandwich. These motherfuckers too. I was like, so they give us the sandwich, and I was like, as soon as they give it to us this foot-long fucking sandwich, and I'm like, I go, hey, can I do you have a knife? I could cut this. He goes, no knives. We don't have any knives. I'm like, how are you cutting meat?
Don't have any eyes for you. You know, it's
like,
almost. But did it give you? Did Philly give you that Boston feel too, kind of, sort of, or they? You think they're less aggressive?
It definitely. I mean, it's that East Coast vibe. But the funniest thing was I have an account on X or Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But literally I don't ever post on there and don't really go on it. All it says on there is like, follow me on Instagram, and I have my Instagram link. But I got an alert on my fucking X account that somebody sent or not a message, but they like, so the whole world can see. And I don't remember the dude's name, but he goes, at Big Irish J. I went and saw Louis J. Gomez recently at Punchline Philly, who's great. And I was trying to see what other shows they had come up, and I saw you were coming there. And he says something like, are you a liberal cuck, or do you tell actual jokes? And I was just like,
wow.
I'm like, so how would you like me to respond to that?
Right.
I'm like, fucking sit down. But the
people in their politics.
I know. I'm like, dude. The Punchline Philly show, it was great. They class act. That was my first time doing Punchline there, and just everybody there's a class act. How they treat you and everything, and then Peggy O'Leary featured, and Bronson hosted, and it was fucking great. But then I had Saturday off, and then Sunday I did a private gig about an hour or an hour and a half from Philadelphia. Hawks View Retreat is this mansion, like 10,000 square foot, just the mansion itself. And then it's all this, and it's like away from everything, but like my house and my backyard could fit inside this house. And I got hired to do a birthday party. This guy Tony hired me, and through another associate or whatever, but it was his wife's birthday. I think they said she was turning 60, but she didn't look 60. But I don't know. No,
Tyler, did you see that picture that he posted of that place?
No.
Tell him what you said.
It looked. Have you seen the movie Get Out?
Yeah.
That backyard scene where everybody's at the party, and that's what it looked like. It looked like he was at the backdrop of Get Out.
Wow.
It was
pretty wild.
It was
crazy,
right?
And it's, I mean, have you done a private gig before, Tyler? Like
fuck yeah, I've done them.
Okay.
I hate them.
Carlos, you just did one recently, didn't you?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, but what's funny is I actually told them. So I did like I think like 50 or 55 minutes, and then afterwards I kind of did like a Q&A and told some stories with them. It was great. It was actually really, really fun, because they were I was told when I was hired that it was 45 minutes clean. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem, whatever. But then when I got there, all of them were like, no, man, let her rip. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that. And then you go, yeah, he swore. And then I fucking get nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not in the contract. But I think I swore like maybe 2 or 3 times total in the whole thing. But
so the guy that booked you, he wasn't there?
No, he was. It was Tony. Tony was the person that got me the gig is a booker with a comedy company or club and booking company. And her name's Blair. And then Tony was the client. But it was dope. I mean, it was.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
I was talking to one of the comedians on the show in Everett, and he was telling me about how this comic, they both got hired to do a clean gig, right?
Right.
And the guy who went up in front of him told a joke about how the first boobs he saw were his sisters. It's like a family event. And I'm like, Well, I mean, when I hear clean, most people say it just means you can't swear. And
Right.
so, like, I guess as long as he didn't swear it was still funny. He goes, "Nah, he still swore."
Jesus Christ. I mean, and that's funny you say that because that's what I said to the whole family because it was this big mansion that they were staying at or that they rented for the weekend. It had a theater room, so we all just went in the theater room, and they had an amplifier and a mic, and I performed there, and it was probably about 20 people in these big leather, and I'm just performing. But I was telling them afterwards, I was like, as comics, you never know going into it, like how a private gig's going to be, until you get there. So I told them, I was like, this is great, but there's definitely ones that you're just like, oh God, how's this going to be? And everything. But it was actually really fun. And it was great. So I'm happy you did it. Yeah, it's looking at Hawks Retreat though. I was just like, Jesus, this thing is fucking Hawks View Retreat. That's what it's called. It's
You retreat.
Huh?
yeah, like you would go in, they kind of gave me a little tour of the place, and like you would see a door, there's like this big ass living room, big ass kitchen, and then there's doors everywhere, and you open up one door, and it's not like it opens up into a bedroom, it opens up into like another living room, kitchen, and I mean it was fucking nuts, man. I was like, yeah, this is how the other half lives. I gotta figure it out, but it was dope. And I was telling them some like road stories and everything at the very end. But did you I think I told you, Carlos, or the story about the feature that goes, oh, I lost my virginity there when I was 16.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard this story, Tyler?
I think you told us on the
No.
podcast before.
Did I?
I think so.
Tyler,
I don't know.
Oh, well, there's a story this guy told me at Brad Garrett's. You know how like some comedy clubs have like the backdrop is like the cityscape.
Yeah.
So in this one, at this comedy club, the backdrop's the city, and there's a building like here, and one of the lights on on the building or windows is lit up in the background, right? So there's a feature on stage, and he's probably mid-20s, and as he's local, so he knows the city or whatever, and knows everything. So he kind of looks back, he goes, oh, I lost my virginity there when I was 16 in that hotel room or in that room, right? So then the headliner goes up, and the headliner in the middle of his set, he just kind of looks, he goes, oh, I fucked a 16-year-old in his ass there once. But the next show, the feature didn't do that joke. And so the headliner, I guess, was just crushing. And just in the middle of his set, he just stops and goes, oh, I fucked a 16-year-old in his ass there once. Audience is like, wait, what? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, so
What
funny.
the hell happened here? Like, did you just confess to a crime?
Seriously. Oh, that makes me think. I wanted to ask you too, Tyler. Did you hear anything more or any more feedback or about the Minnesota shit?
No.
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 It's dead.
Because she didn't know nobody. She was shooting in the dark on that shit. That shit is.
Somebody on one of my shows this weekend saw it and brought it up.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
What
But,
they
they were like, they were like, it looked weird. They didn't really go into it. They just knew about it or heard about it or saw it or whatever. Or they saw it, but didn't bring it up until I brought it up. And then we started talking about it.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah. It was whatever, though. Like, everybody's like, it was funny because that person then tagged me in a post saying, like, Tyler's a really fair paying fucking comedian and producer. And I was like, doesn't mean anything because you're a white guy. So,
well, Tyler, look, looks like you're gonna have to bring me up and book me and then pay me more.
Yeah.
To have this all cleared up.
we'll clear this up real quick.
What would have been? I mean, it would have been hilarious, but it would have been so fucked if that whoever that guy is that you're talking about, Tyler, if he posted like just want to give a shout out to Tyler, produced the show and pays great. I can't believe he paid me as an opener $1,000. I don't know if that's what he always pays his openers, but that was great.
Right.
Great for me though.
Oh fuck, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what a bummer.
Do I have any okay, 420 shows, we got that. This is another thing I figured out being in Philly. I mean, I've figured this out before, but it just reinforced it. I can do shit now. like when I used to go on the road, because I was so big, I would I didn't want to go walking or whatever. Like Bronston and I walked fucking all over Philly. I think we did. What did he say? I think we did like 20,000 steps or 30,000 steps or something. Yeah, we were.
Oh yeah, bro.
We were fucking hiking it. But
you got yourself some walking shoes now.
I mean, I was just in my fucking shell toes, but I do have some shoes that are good for walking. But I didn't know what we were gonna do.
Dude, I swear by it. You got to get yourself some of them like old timey, like whatever like the New Balance shoes. Like I go Brooks, but just those athletic old man shoes with the soles that are like 4 inches of foam.
Like, get you some Rockports.
I don't know what those
Essence of shoes.
Rockports.
I have some Brooks.
Rockport.
The fucking big chunky black ones.
Right.
He's Googling it.
My dad has them.
Look like clown shoes. I do have some Brooks and I have some Asics for walking shoes.
Hell yeah. Yeah, basically.
Well, the funny if you said he walked 30,000 steps, that means you did 15 because you walk extremely long and fast.
Yeah.
But
man, good God.
Bronson's the same height as me. He's like 6'7" or 6'8". Okay. So yeah. So I'll have you apologize for your disrespect. But no, it was fucking dope. And where are you at this weekend, Tyler?
Nowhere. I'm gonna go to the new opening of the Emerald City Comedy Club. It's opening up this weekend, so I'm gonna go stop by.
Who's there?
Duncan
Trussell.
Trussell.
Where is that?
It's in Capitol Hill, Seattle. So basically it was comedy / bar. Had gotten like invested in by Helium and Bark, and now it's opening up as Emerald City. So I'm not sure like exactly who's going to be running it or how it's going to be running, but it looks like Adam's Clubs and Adam's Fronts. So I'm guessing he's going to be kind of the contact for it or whatever, but they're opening up this weekend. So I was going to go check it out.
Do you know, did they expand it or is it the same size, same space?
Yeah, they bought the place next to it too, knocked down the wall, I think, and are throwing it or extended it and added another 200 seats.
Holy shit.
So now it's going to be like a 300 seater, I think.
Dang, what a crazy good location.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sweet move, man. It's going to be interesting because there isn't a comedy club that does. I mean, there's no A-list comedy clubs, but I've always thought that, it's because Seattle's so big that, man, I feel like anybody that comes here that's a big name is just going to do a theater or an arena.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, so, I mean, we'll see.
I worry about this one.
I always
thought made it in Seattle.
Wait, what'd you say?
No club has survived in Seattle, so this will be interesting.
I mean, how long?
Why do you think that is, though?
The underground. When did the underground go under pre-COVID?
Because underground was like on its way out, and then COVID did its way, and then COVID did it out.
Put the bullet in.
But yeah, was the final nail. I would say that Seattle just isn't like a comedy place. Like I think this city would rather support indie comedy over like mainstream nationally touring. just because I think a lot of it has to do with the culture. I mean, like everybody here gets offended by shit. Like they try and cancel comic shows. They it's
That's
not like a
right.
comedy city, bro. It's more of a drama, drama maybe a sci-fi, more of a poetry, maybe music. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it's funny too because I'll tell like when people ask me about different scenes or whatever. When anytime somebody asks me about Seattle, I always say like when I moved there, it was great, but I say like I think like Tacoma is probably the strongest scene in Washington now. The
Oh, for
Tacoma
sure.
area, yeah, it's Tacoma's
Yeah,
great.
it has multiple clubs. So funny. Nate Jackson opened his club right next to Tacoma. You see that?
His new one?
Yeah.
Oh no, how like is it a block away or something?
Yeah. It is
Holy shit.
like it's literally 2 blocks away. It's 2 blocks away now.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
They got the competition. So that's
Pretty wild.
interesting. Yeah, I'm actually.
It's kind of interesting that Nate's doing Emerald Queen Casino too.
Oh,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
maybe he's more seats.
I guess.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Carlos?
I said I'm looking forward to this weekend. I don't know if I told you I'm working with Pablo Francisco this weekend. I used to work.
Hey.
You know him?
I've done a few weekends with him.
Yeah, I used to work with him a lot in Atlanta when I lived there. He used to be one of his regulars when he came to Atlanta, but he had that incident several years ago.
That was so scary.
Yeah. So I may have seen. I saw him briefly when he came. He was at Kimmel's here, but I want to see. I'm interested to see what he does if he's doing new stuff now.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was so, dude. It was like uncomfortable just even watching it because it was like watching somebody glitch. You know?
Oh yeah, dude.
So
I
scary.
saw one of those live because I mean that was just the one that got viral, like a viral video out of it. He was touring like that, and I saw one of them at
Where?
Tacoma. It was pretty
Oh.
bad. He like bailed on his set probably 15 minutes in. Like he did his whole hour in 15 minutes.
Just
And
talking
then
hella fast.
So fast, dude. And then he got off stage, and then like Norwest went on stage and was like, "Who wants an encore?" and brought him back on stage because he was like, "Dude, you got to fill out this time," you know.
Oh wow!
Encore. Nice,
Oh
Adam.
wow! So how you say what he did? He only did how much, and then he had to go back and do the encore.
Yeah, I think he did like 15, 20 minutes, and he's supposed to do like at least 45. So then when he left, like everybody clapped, and then the owner goes on like, "No, we're gonna do an encore," and then brings him back on, and then I go, "Was that planned?" And he goes, "No, but we haven't even like brought plates out, like like we haven't even like."
He served nobody. Everybody's still waiting on their
Oh.
food. He's like, "Yeah, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Are you in good hands?"
Yeah, dude, could you imagine the show's over and then people just start eating? You just hear like cutlery going.
Just fucking looking around.
Like, what the fuck? Lights are on. Everybody's just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, yeah, it was pretty wild, dude. And I loved Pablo Francisco when I was a young man. Like that was in my college. We used to quote that dude the most. He like crafted the impression of a ditzy female for like everybody. I would say everybody mimics Pablo Francisco when they when they're doing a mocking a female or whatever. Like it was so like he was so high up on my pedestal that it was like really heartbreaking to see him go through all that shit. Yeah. But it was cool to get to work with him, and it's cool that you get to work with him, and it's nice that he's doing it again, and he's seems like he's pulling it together.
Yeah,
that was like
really
5
good
years
friends
ago
for a while, and because he used to have Ashley Fils-Aimé was one of his openers, and Sean, I forgot Sean's last name. He's out of the East Coast, where his touring people. And I mean, yeah, we used to talk all the time. And then, like I said, after that stuff started kind of happening, I lost touch with him. But like I said, I saw last time I saw him was here at Kimmel's. He was just performing. I just stopped in to speak to him. So I am looking forward to this weekend, and hopefully he's clean and everything is all good, because he is a genuinely good guy. I didn't realize how much he had contributed to comedy until we had started having conversations. I was like, my goodness, this man has done a lot.
Yeah, I worked with him after the glitch or whatever you want to call it, and he was good. I mean, as far as like one of the things they were saying or told us, me and the host, is that can't drink, can't have any alcohol or anything in there. I think drugs too, like nothing. I was like, cool, no, it's nothing, whatever.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah, dude, I was kind of blown away that they put me in a feature for him after that, because I was like, okay, well, they like know I'm sober, but I definitely smoke weed. So
I'm sober.
dude, I had to chauffeur him though too. I got this is kind of fucked up to talk about on a podcast, but it's whatever. Got a little bonus to make sure that he got to and from the shows.
Oh. No, I mean that's
life. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if if you said this story in front of him, it'd be fine, because he's in a better place now, and it's the shit we all go through, or people go through when they're trying to correct shit. So I mean,
Absolutely.
It's not, you're not saying anything bad. I don't think. It's not like the guy that fucking downed a bottle of vodka in between two shows at the Parlor
and lost a tooth.
Yeah.
Is he still tour?
You know what? I'm gonna check right now as you as you talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Let me see.
It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time this weekend.
Did you guys do anything for Easter?
Yeah, I went to Hawks View Retreat and told some jokes for the family.
But
yeah. Oh, you know what's funny? Sorry.
Celebrate Easter at all?
Yeah, I'm not. I've never been like.
Forget I'm hanging out with such sinners
Heathens.
that are.
Well, you know what's funny? How I even got that gig was the person that booked it or booked me hit me up and was like, "Are you available in Philadelphia area on 420?" And I was like, "I actually am going to be in Philadelphia area." And long story short, they had originally hired a different comic, and when they hired this other comic, they hired him months ago. And that comic is Irish Catholic and totally forgot that it was on Easter that the gig was, or forgot that or didn't know that the gig was going to be on Easter. So that guy was like, "I can't do it. It's Easter." And I was like, "Hail Satan, I'll be there."
Wow. There's the clip.
Yeah. Like,
There you go.
I'm in. What'd you do for Easter?
I didn't do anything. I mean, Easter was 420 for me, so I just did shows as well. But our buddy Mike Coletta hosts an annual Easter egg hunt, which is like an adult Easter egg hunt where everybody puts in an order for a 6-pack, and then before you come, him and his wife hide it all around their house and yard, and it's like 20 people there. They each have their own like little 6-pack like caddy. They're walking around looking for their beers. It's pretty cute.
Cool.
Beerster egg. I like that.
Yeah.
Do that for the kids next year.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun, dude.
Shots. Fuck it.
We just goofing.
I love
it was stressful though, because I was like, I had a show after that, and I'm like, don't hide my eggs, or don't hide my drinks too hard this year, because I got a show and I gotta get the fuck out of here. Busy weekend, man. I really hate that I had to compete with Easter.
Well, dude, it's a trip. Like I got back yesterday from Philly, and long travel day, and then as soon as I got back, I had to go get my glasses were done, so I had to pick those up, and I was like, well, it's going to be a slow week. I got, nothing this week. I got a party Sunday. You're going to that, right, Carlos? Laugh After Dark.
Oh, that's this Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll be there.
Well, I was like, oh, I'll be able to chill this week. And then I'm like, oh no, I'm at the Cellar tonight. And then I got hit up. I'm closing out at LA Comedy Club, but it's good. It's fine. It's fine. I'm pretty tired right now, but I'll take an energy drink and be good to go.
I'm sure you take a Coke, a Mountain Dew, an energy drink, and then you'll be ready to plug the comedy right into them.
Fuck it into them. Give it to them. Oh, I was going to ask you, Tyler. Do you still do the Benadryl and the Red Bull?
No, I don't really get that much.
Look at Carlos. Okay, explain to Carlos because.
So I'm allergic to weed, or at least I have I get hives from it. It's from overexposure. You love something too much.
Like what?
So honestly, I don't know what necessarily causes it, but sometimes if I touch too much marijuana, I'll break out in hives. It's either something that they use on the plant, or it's something from the plant itself, but it doesn't happen every time. But it used to happen a lot, and I would just pop a Benadryl because that would make the hives go away from the smoking pot, and then I'd pound a Red Bull because I was getting sleepy from the Benadryl, and then I'd take a little bit of propanol to slow down my heart rate because I would get too jittery from the Red Bull. So to smoke weed, I would have to do 4 other drugs.
Jesus. You wanted to smoke that weed bad. No.
Pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
That's say I have a problem.
Well, the reason I was asking about that is Angel said the other day, because I'll tonight I'm going to do a 5-hour energy drink. I cut it with water. I put it in a liter of water and drink it, but that'll wake me up. And then when I get home tonight, I'll probably do an edible. And Angel was like, you shouldn't do that where you're and I'm like, let me tell you what Tyler does.
Dude. Yeah, I don't do it anymore, but I just bought, and this is such an old man move, speaking of getting cushioned shoes, but I just bought one of those blood pressure devices, that goes on your arm and inflates. And
I know what it is because I have one in the other room.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do.
How dare you, Carlos?
I just keep mine on my watch.
That's just the BPM. You're just gonna get your heart beats. But does that do your blood pressure too? Because that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Does it do your blood pressure?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I can check it. I can listen. I can do. Hold on. Let's see.
Let's see what your BP is right now.
It normally tracks it. So mine is
300 over 125.
No, hold on. Here we go.
Oh boy,
that's I'm at 72 beats per minute, whatever that means. So
that's your heart rate.
That's just beats per minute.
That's your heart rate.
Yeah, your heart rate.
Oh, hold on. Well, I'm not doing that. I can check I can check if I'm having a heart attack. Man,
fuck that watch.
But that's even crazier though. Yeah, ECG or whatever that is. So EKG? I guess if I feel like I'd be like, hey man, yeah, I'm about to have a heart attack.
Just drooling. Look at my watch. Well, here let's do our plugs, and then I gotta start getting around, and fucking.
You gotta take your juice, your power juice.
Yeah, I know you get it. Yeah, it's got to kick in before the show. What where do you got coming? Well, you're at Wise Guys this weekend.
Tomorrow night I am at Off the Rails with Todd Royce. Then this weekend, 2 shows. Friday, one show Friday, one show Saturday at Wise Guys. But I'm also doing Deadly but Silent but Deadly at Planet 13 on Friday. And then of course now we putting Manteca on the list. Def Puppy Comedy Jam. Manteca. Yeah. And then, it's the calendar's getting there, man. But check out parttimefamous.com.
Yes. Tyler?
Hell yeah. Oh, wait. This isn't the one I want to do. Is this the one? Nope. Hold on. Never mind. I was going to get a really fun... Oh, well. This weekend, I will just be hanging out at Emerald City Comedy Club. Come check out the new club opening up in Capitol Hill. And then I'll be on my regular dope show schedule. And I'm going to be playing a lot of video games now that 420 is over.
Yes.
So maybe I'll stream some, That'll be fun.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Tonight I'm at the Comedy Cellar, the 22nd of April. 23rd, 24th, 25th, 10 o'clock, LA Comedy Club at the Stratosphere. Also Thursday at 7:30, at 7, I'm doing Punchline with Purpose. It's at the Classic Jewel. It's like, I guess it's a show for like making people aware of that you get roofied at bars and shit like that. It's Matt Cole put the show together, but Matt was like, he's like, hey, do you have any comps, anybody you're bringing? I was like, no, but I could maybe roofie someone, bring them. Too soon?
Oh,
all right,
boy.
30th, I will be at April 30th. I'm doing another benefit show at the Comedy Loft in Washington, D.C. It's a cancer benefit, comedy cancer benefit there at the Comedy Loft. And then not this weekend, but next weekend, I'll be in St. Paul, Minnesota at the Laugh Camp Comedy Club. You can go to bigirisj.com for tickets. And until next week, thanks for tuning in and get it, Tyler. Bye.